Welcome to an RMSO Roundtable drive. We're on our way. We're climbing the Grand Mesa. We're going to check some lakes up here that have had Bigfoot sightings in the past. We've brought you guys here before. Looks like a pretty time to be here. We're also on the opposite side of the mesa from where we're camping and from where we're at now. We're gonna go back to Wolf Park while we're here because there was 3 people that had a sighting of a family of Bigfoot. One of the individuals was saying that he saw 2 large ones and 3 small ones, and the other 2 that were actually observing them with binoculars, a guy and a gal, that were trading the binoculars because their sighting lasted 3 to 5 minutes. They said that they only saw 3, 2 large ones and then a small one. They said that the smaller ones were about half the size of what they believe were the adults. Excuse me. They were Bigfoot. Yeah, we'll go into that area where they had their sighting and do the Bigfoot sighting report. So watch for that on our channel. It's out by Hotchkiss. I hope I said the name right. So Hotchkiss Bigfoot sighting. Do a search for that. And look in the description of this video. We'll put a link to it down there when it comes out. We've been here in the wintertime, and we've been here later in the season when all the trees have changed color. There's some spots of some orange and some yellow. It's pretty. I believe the last time we brought you guys here, up on the top there was like 12-foot snow banks on either side of the vehicle. Yeah, I enjoy coming back to Bigfoot sighting hotspot locations because I think you have an advantage the more you get to know the area and get to know your way around and what's going on in the area. It may give us an advantage to get that rare elusive sighting. Right place, right time. This mesa we're climbing is supposedly the tallest mesa in the world, and if I hope I'm not getting my figures wrong, but I believe there's 300 lakes on the top of this mesa. looking at this mesa from down in the valley, it doesn't look as tall as when you get on it and then look down in the valley. Definitely seems taller from being on it. I know it gets you up over 10,000 feet once you get to the top of this mesa. I think we've put out a couple of Bigfoot sighting reports from this area. The sighting reports we have from this area or the surrounding area, we'll put the descriptions to those, I mean the links to in the description of this video, the links to those. While the higher up, more and more trees have changed. Big bug right in front of the camera, I think. Wow, it's pretty up here. I've gotten a lot of reports the last couple of years, a handful of them, of people that claim they had a Bigfoot experience up here without seeing the creatures. I've gotten more of those than actual Class A sightings, where people hear the vocalizations or they have things thrown at their camp while they're camping. And I've been meaning to put some of those reports out on the blog. I've got quite a backlog of reports. I only have enough time to do 1 or 2 blogs posts a week, so I get them out there when I can. Jenny's driving, by the way. She's been quiet. Wow. Have all this yellow and bright yellow on the left, and then on the right, down below, I don't know if the camera sees down below, but it's just green. maybe it's the ground's unstable or something on that parking lot.
So this road, you can tell it's just been...
Just washes away.
Washes away.
They've gotten a lot more moisture here this year than we've gotten anywhere in our state. I mean, we were up on the Uinta Mountains not too long ago, and it was really dry. Jenny and I drove through a giant fire to get here.
No, it was bad. Looked like we were driving through hell.
Did they call it the Mount Nebo fire?
Yeah,
It's near Mount Nebo, if not on Mount Nebo.
Yeah. I don't know what the actual name of the fire is, but yes, it's on that mountain.
Yeah, we drove through there just as the sun was...
Pretty.
Yeah. They call it a spring.
It's on...
Yeah, well, it was called the spring. Big spring. The springs on top of Monte Cristo are drying up. Did you see that last time we were there?
Those were the ones. No, I didn't. Wait, what were you saying?
Did you notice the springs on top of Monte Cristo have been drying up?
Oh, yeah.
When we was there last time.
Puddles.
Yeah. But the springs on the mesa seem to be doing just fine. 'Cause that last spring looked like a lake.
Does that smell like fire to you?
I smell campfires. Wildfires stink, campfires smell good.
It smells like fire.
I hope you guys enjoy a broader look at these Bigfoot sighting hotspots. Some of our viewers just don't get the reasoning behind these roundtable drives, but you know, this Grand Mesa, there's sightings spread out all over the mesa and at the base and surrounding the mesa. It's kind of an oasis for wildlife, so to speak, and Bigfoot. So instead of seeing the exact spot like we guys like to show you, and we also like to do hikes where people have actually saw Bigfoot. I mean, us getting from point A to point B and to the other spots, you guys get to see a broader look of the sighting areas. You know, there's a Bigfoot sighting at Carson Lake. I don't think the Bigfoot that was spotted there necessarily sits at Carson Lake and spends its life there. You know, the Bigfoot that was saw there may be the very same Bigfoot that was saw on Hotchkiss with his family. You know, who knows? Or that Bible camp.
I don't remember the name of that place, but it was creepy.
It was cool. We'll put the Bible camp Bigfoot sighting link in the video. It was just, the report's just amazing, and the Bible camp's kind of cool. It was creepy when we were there because it was shut down for the season. anything that's kind of abandoned. I don't know, I like checking out ghost towns. I like the feeling I get, especially if it's a ghost town that's had Bigfoot sightings like the Deadwood ones.
This is where those big snow drifts were.
Yeah, once we got to a certain elevation, they were on both sides of the road the whole time on the top. Some of them were like 15 feet tall.
You couldn't see out. Look down there.
Oh yeah, there's 2 lakes.
Ooh, road's gone right there.
If you're into lake fishing, this is a great place to be. I mean, if one lake they're not hitting, you flip around and you take 20 steps and you're throwing your line in the next lake. I mean, some of those, I mean, I'm not exaggerating, some of the lakes up here are that close together. Gosh, this is just beautiful.
Drive 5.6 miles on Colorado 65.
We don't need her anymore. I don't think we've ever been down that Skyway trailhead.
I don't think so. Want me to turn around?
Sure, let's do it now.
Think I can make a turn right here?
Uh-huh. Well, that helps. That helped make our decision.
Okay.
Yeah, the rocks down at the bottom looks like the ones they make their houses out of.
And now
The rock formations, yeah.
it's just repeating in my head. Dun, 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 dun. I'm like,
Well, Cody Lundin, from the original Duel Survivor, he reminds me of long-haired, hippied out Barney Rubble. And I don't know why, if it's just because he goes barefoot everywhere, or...
he's got the same little body structure too.
Yeah. Another lake. I believe we've only been over a small percentage of the top of this, because I know I haven't seen 300 lakes.
No.
We already passed Carson Lake, didn't we?
I don't know.
Yeah, we did. The road that we took to the top, we passed it at some point. Right around that turnoff that they have shut down. It's somewhere along that area is where you get to Carson.
Over to that Woodrow place today, or wherever it is.
Yeah, Hotchkiss and Wolf Park.
Yeah.
Mostly evergreens on the top. $10,700 feet.
Wow. That's far that building that says open,
Yeah.
is a restaurant and stuff, and then it's got a room in it.
Ah.
Put that up over the building.
Yeah, it seems a popular time of year to come up here. It's just so nice up here right now. I mean, 65, the hottest part of the day in a September.
Yeah.
This lake is just gorgeous. The color clarity.
Island Lake.
Can we drive back there? I know they've redone the cabins back there. I'd like to see if they've done anything with the outsides or built any new ones, whatever.
Float tubes.
I just remember all the snow last time we was here. This lake was frozen and nobody's using this campground at all. Should have brought the little tent. We had the whole campground ourselves.
Tried here too.
Yeah, this is the lowest I've seen the water up here and in all the lakes we've been looking at.
Yeah.
Water's still crystal clear in them all. Gosh, one lake ends and then you walk 20 feet and then the next lake starts. type of a hawk or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he looks like a hawk. I like that color.
Yeah. Onion roofs.
There's that dirt road loop that we took that one time that brought us. Should we go in that lodge and see if the same people own it? Mailboxes up here. How would it be to live here?
I don't know. There's a place for sale.
I wouldn't buy that property. There's an X structure back there. Yeah, I kind of want to see if it's same owners, different owners. Because I'm sure if it's different owners, they would have a different menu there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, remember the last owners kind of had a German style menu?
Yeah.
One of their meals was like a sausage or
Yeah.
kielbasa, or I can't remember what it was. I don't think I want to eat here no matter what's on the menu. I just wanted to check it out. If we're going down to Hotchkiss, there should be a lot of choices of restaurants between here and there.
Yeah, we're hungry. have improved the rooms, though.
Yeah, they showed up and put some money into the place. The nice thing about owning a lodge here is it's year-round stuff.
Yep.
They got the snowmobiling and the skiing in the wintertime and cross-country skiing. Remember the snow was up to the roof line?
Yeah, it was.
It was deep.
Hey, shit. I got turned around real quick.
Yeah. I got turned around below. I always get turned around at Green River. I'm always thinking we're driving the opposite direction we really are, and then I start seeing businesses, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, we did the battery commercial in the snow.
Right. And then it didn't turn out. We had to go redo it. There was too much wind shear.
Which was a shame because you did a really good job.
And it was beautiful background.
Yep, it was a shame.
Mm-hmm. That's when I started using wind socks.
Oh my gosh, where were we at? We were in. You weren't standing with me, but we were in South Dakota, and I was holding your camera with the little muff on top, and the guy comes up and he's like, oh, you got a dead cat. I'm like, oh my gosh, I do. Because I remember you saying that they were called a dead cat or something.
Yeah.
And
that's the name of the wind sock.
It was funny because he called it a dead cat. And for a minute there, I just stared at him with my mouth open, and then I got it. It took my brain a couple of seconds to get what he was telling me.
Even having a wind sock when the wind's bad enough, it's still like the last video that we posted. There was sections where I cut out of the video. The wind shear was so bad even with the wind sock. And that camera, that microphone also has a filter to help filter that out, and I had the filter on and everything. It's just we got hit with a few good blasts but it's a big difference between having one and not. I think if we would have had a wind sock when we did that commercial, it would have saved the whole thing. Yeah, we bought that microphone right after doing that commercial. We got home, checked out the footage, realized that we couldn't use it, and I sat down and bought a microphone after doing the research.
Yeah.
You can hang on to that until you buy a new one. If I need it, I'll just ask you for it.
I can't find my chapstick.
It's right here.
Oh, my
Or
God.
was. The blueberry?
Yeah.
Huckleberry? Yeah, we come up here and shot that Noco battery commercial while we were up here bigfooting. Then got home and realized it wasn't going to work. So I got us a real fancy microphone, wind sock. And then we waited until summertime before we shot that commercial again. there've been a lot of bear attacks over the last couple of years on this mesa and down in the valley from the mesa. The most recent one down by Grand Junction.
Really?
On the fringes of Grand Junction. Yes, a little 5-year-old girl was getting drug off by a black bear.
Damn.
Or I think she was 5. She was really young. I believe that was the age, though.
It's not good.
Yeah, the little girl heard something outside in the backyard and thought it was one of their animals. So she went out to bring it in, and it was a black bear that grabbed a hold of her. And lucky her mom heard it happening and come out and screaming at the bear or whatever, got her to drop her daughter that it was dragging off. And the little girl got off without any major injuries or getting, I mean, 5 years old. If I recall right, that was the age, just a little thing. You know, if her mom hadn't heard that going on, that bear could have drugged her off and no one would have never known.
No, they would have thought she got kidnapped or something.
Yeah, usually when someone disappears, it's usually another person responsible. It's, you know.
Especially from the home. You would think, oh, the bear took her from her home.
Yeah, and I believe this is on the outskirts of Grand Junction, but still, I mean, you wouldn't expect to have a black bear in your backyard if you lived down there.
No.
All tore up. We gear down.
Yes.
I'll pull that out of your way so you can
do it.
We'll push the downhill button.
Okay.
And that's probably too slow, right?
No, it's nice.
Okay. Getting close to where we're going to be camping. We need to set up and then we can eat. See if we can make it to Hotchkiss and Wolf Park before it's dark. I'm gonna put it in third.
Boy, tons of people have those crossover motorcycles now. That's the second one I've seen in like 200 feet.
Yep, it's road / off trail. A lot of people use them for camping.
Yeah. Dirt bike quality. You can use on the road.
Multi-purpose. Wow. I hope you guys enjoy these roundtable drives because, I mean, we're showing you some amazing stuff. And looks squatchy as hell to me. We are going to this other Bigfoot sighting today. The same week, the same month that it happened. Happened the 2nd and 3rd week of September, and we're into the 2nd week of September. So we're hitting this sighting spot at the correct time, if the time of year has anything to do with why the Bigfoot were there that year. One of the 3 saw a family of 5. The other 2 saw a family of 3. So they didn't see 2 of the youngsters. And they were the ones observing with their binoculars. So they weren't they were getting zoomed in, and I'm sure they were probably mostly staying on those two adults, and probably saw one of the youngsters to come up close, but the guy looking at them from 80 yards away with naked eye, he saw all 5 of them. And in the report, they're just guessing the largest one was the male, and the next size down, the adult sized, was a female. I just know anytime we've found footprints, it's rarely just the one. It seems like we always find 2 or more if we really scour around and start looking. The stereotype of a solitary Bigfoot, I think, is more rare than the little family units. I mean, I know Bigfoot's rare. They're spread out, probably not very many of them. But the ones that are there usually, I believe, stay in family units. And you might get the lone male, or maybe even the lone female, that's trying to find a new home with another group or whatever. Camped a couple of times on top of the mesa, and then a couple of times halfway down. This time we're staying halfway down between the top and the bottom. We're going to stay near the Cedar Edge area. Yeah, I think it's the one we saw this morning. We saw it from the other side.
I hope it doesn't go up over the mesa.
Me too. Alright, we're coming down off the mesa. We thought we'd give you guys a taste of what it looks like this time of season. We're going to be checking out some Bigfoot sighting locations while we're here, so watch for those videos. We love to take you guys to Bigfoot sighting hotspots in the Pacific Northwest, Rocky Mountains. Keep on watching, we'll keep on squatching.